I'm actually in a back hall behind the screening room.
I love that.
It's kind of creepy. I like it.
Yeah. So given like you have such a wealth of experience and you've like kind of you've released shorts before, like does it get any like the anticipation of the audience reaction, does it get any easier?
No, no, no. Um, but this was a really great crowd. This is kind of the first genre festival I've been to before.
Okay.
And kind of all the other stuff I made was just sort of like film fest material, like comedies and things like that. But this crowd was great. They really enjoyed it, and they got the references, the little subtle stuff, and
Yeah.
laughed at all the right parts. It was really great.
I
Yeah.
love the twist that you have. I'm curious, like, how did they react to that?
They react well to it. Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot of people going, oh, yeah, that kind of.
I was just speaking with a filmmaker that we were talking about zombie movies. It was her favorite genre, uh,
Yeah.
and how like popular it is now, like how it's gotten. And we were talking about like The Walking Dead really being instrumental, I think, in that in terms of
Mhm.
making it more mainstream. So, like, how did you conceive of the twist?
I um I was talking with my son who's a writer, and we were talking about zombie movies kind of in general and how there's all these rules and there's a lot of lore and you know uh and I don't know exactly how it happened, but the idea just kind of popped up. Like how do you fight back against a zombie, like, and it occurred to us like, well,
I love that. I love that. And
yeah, yeah. And it seems so obvious once we
right.
thought of it. Like, well, how's nobody else ever thought of this before?
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know the TV show All of Us Are Dead.
I have heard of it. It's Korean, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes. It like this film, like your short would, I feel like it would make a good like mini series or
Mhm.
like a feature. Is that something that's on your radar?
Yeah, for sure. We would love to make a feature out of it. We have ideas about how to kind of expand it and where to put the twist in, because you can't really save that to the end. You've got to establish that fairly soon, or maybe it's like the inciting incident of the movie, and then you start expanding on the possibilities after that.
Yeah.
Of like, okay, what does this mean? What is it? What are the consequences of this? How do you tease it out in different ways that are funny or that are interesting or that are thought provoking or timely maybe. Would you, like,
Right, right.
and then maybe some people would get a taste for it,
That's true.
maybe like
That would be
people
cool
who kind of are cannibal curious would
Yeah,
maybe like that would be the permission structure they need.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. So
Yeah.
like growing up, like what were some of your favorite zombie movies?
I'm not like a huge zombie movie guy. Um, but like Shaun of the Dead is kind of the one that really has always been my favorite, just because it's funny and it's so clever and it really nods to the classics. It pays respects um, to the really great zombie movies. So that one's kind of, I would say, my favorite zombie
Okay.
movie. I made a zombie movie a long time ago, back in 2006, so maybe 20 years ago. That was it was a low budget zombie hip hop bank heist combo. I think it had some rappers in it, and it was super fun. And the zombies in it were like a little bit vampire, a little bit zombie. We sort of played around with combining those two things.
Okay.
It's called Dead Heist, and it's super goofy, and it was really fun to make, and yeah, so it was fun to revisit the genre again.
I know for like TV show like The Walking Dead, I know had like zombie camp where people had to like really get into the spirit. Did you have something similar with your actors?
Oh, no, I mean, we didn't have anything as elaborate as what they do on The Walking Dead for sure. But so I work in the film business as my day job. And I spend a lot of time on set with background actors who are totally dedicated to that world, and they're extras on all kinds of shows, and they sort of, some of them do it for a living, some of them, just do it because they love it, just because they want to be on a set and see everything. So I had gotten to know a bunch of these people on various TV shows,
Yeah,
and when I put the call out to be a zombie, the background casting company sent it out, and all these people knew me already, and they were super enthusiastic about it. They really loved it. They were they were happy to do it, and a bunch of them just kind of got the idea. We had sort of we had a little mini camp on the first day. I sort of explained to everybody how I sort of pictured them, and they weren't really fast, but they weren't really slow, and maybe they didn't have total control of their bodies. So you would,
yeah.
occasionally, and everybody got it, and had fun with it. Yeah,
Now
yeah.
you mentioned not being a zombie guy. So like what are your favorite zombie subgenres or horror subgenres?
Um, well, I mean, I guess like, that's a
Are you
good
more
question.
like creature feature or slashers or psychological?
Probably more, let's see. Like I'm maybe more of a sci-fi guy than a horror
Okay.
guy. Just in my personal taste of movies. But I like that the zombie genre is something that kind of sprang up when Night of the Living Dead arrived, and
Yeah.
then it's sort of like this one guy made this movie and started a genre, and it has all these rules, and people have kind of expanded upon it and played with it. So as far as maybe as horror movies go, that's the kind of thing I enjoy,
Yeah.
is things that have a lore to them, and messing with that.
Now this your film being set on like one location, do you
Hmm.
feel like that gave you more freedom rather than like hopping between locations?
It made it easier for sure. The reason we shot there, that location was it's a community college in Wilmington, North Carolina, where I live, and they have a film program at the college. And the area that we shot in, they also have like a veterinary school, and they have science labs, and they have, for different kinds of community college classes. And so I made a deal with the guy who runs the film program that if his students came out and were on our set and learning from the film professionals who were helping me, we could use their building for free.
Okay.
And it was a great deal. And the
Yeah.
building was already, like, all those labs had microscopes in them already, and posters on the wall, with body parts and signs everywhere, and beakers. And so, like, it was a great location. It fit the story of the movie really well. And we got to have all these film students on set learning from the sound mixer and from camera people, and learning from kind of industry professionals.
Yeah.
So it was a great situation.
I love that you have Brian Huskey on this because
Yeah.
he's like everywhere, like, So like how did he come on board and how did you feel like you were reconnecting in a big way?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. You may know this already, but he and I have been best friends since fourth grade. So when we were in high school, it was the advent of the VHS video camera. I had a really early model. It was the kind that you hold the camera and you point at it, but there's a cable that comes out of it and goes to a VCR that I'm carrying over my shoulder in a bag, and you have to hit play and record on the VCR, and then you hit record on the camera. So
Wow.
we would make like goofy movie parodies and game shows, and we were just like teenagers who weren't cool, and we would hang out together and make these things for fun.
I love that.
And it was always me behind the camera, and Brian was always in front of the camera because he's been the funniest guy in the room since fourth grade, you know. And now he does it professionally, and I do it professionally. So it's super fun to keep doing that, right? You know,
Yeah.
all these years later, we got to work together a little bit in the film business. I was on a TV show called Veep,
Okay.
uh,
Yeah.
HBO show, and
Yeah.
Brian was on that show as well. So we actually got to get paid to hang out together and shoot stuff. And that was pretty great.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah, but I had him in mind from the very start for this. You know, anytime I can work with him, I'll do it.
Yeah. So so fortunately, like his schedule must have been like pretty, like it just happened to line up.
It did. It was lucky. Yeah, he is sometimes super busy, and sometimes he's like every actor in LA. You know, he's going to auditions and trying to book parts and things like that. But he's got a couple of gigs that are recurring. Like he's on Bob's Burgers, so he gets to
Yeah.
go in and record with those guys fairly frequently. But yeah, it worked out well with our schedules. It lined up nicely.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, just to kind of wrap up here, I'm curious, like, what things have you seen at the festival that have really impressed you?
I've seen a bunch of shorts so far, and they're great. It's a lot of them are they feel like kind of proof of concept ideas, you
Yeah.
know, for somebody who wants to make a feature about something. And there have been some that are really funny, which is always great. I appreciate that. And there's some that are really chilling, and a couple that are very thought provoking.
Yeah.
But the quality is really high. There aren't really any stinkers, you know, in this lineup. There are a couple that are maybe not quite my taste, but none of them are poorly made, you know, and the people here are great, you know. All the filmmakers here are enthusiastic and they're happy to meet each other, and you know, a lot of people, everybody here really is like an indie filmmaker, you know, so they go out with their friends and they all they want to do is just make fun stuff together,
Yeah.
um, and it probably won't make any money, and it doesn't matter, right? They do it because they love it, which is why I'm here too. So
Have
yeah,
you seen? Did you see a film called Forever Liam?
no, haven't
Chance?
seen that.
Okay,
Mm-mm.
because it's probably my favorite out of the festival. I've watched a lot of shorts as well. Um,
Oh, okay,
so yeah, if you like body horror, psychological kind of thing, it's yeah,
right.
I was blown away by it.
Oh,
So
cool. So you've seen a bunch of these shorts.
yes,
Oh,
yeah,
okay, great.
yeah.
Um,
So well, I
yeah,
appreciate your time uh,
sure.
and I'm hoping you're having fun and you'll have fun with the festival the last few days.
Yeah, I'm having a great time. It's really cool. Will you tell me something about you and what you do, and like I don't know anything about you really.
Oh well, I started this business as a music journalist, primarily. I guess
Hmm.
I've been doing about 15 years this June. Um, I mean, I mean, horror. I grew up with like, Freddy, Jason, Michael Myers,
Right, right.
Scream, of course. Um, yeah, I mean, I spend most of my time watching scary movies. So,
Gotcha. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Cool.
yeah.
Well, yeah, I really appreciate you getting back to me and talking. It's been fun.
I appreciate, like, I've had several filmmakers reach out to me, and I appreciate it because at some of these festivals, there's just so many shorts.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
even know where to start of like picking what I want to see. So,
Right, right.
yeah, I appreciate you reaching out.
Sure. Yeah, I'm happy to help, and you know, if it'll help the movie just to get the word out there.
Yeah,
So you know, it's great.
yeah,
Good for both of us.
yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I will let you go.
Okay.
And I appreciate your time.
Sure. Are you gonna will you send me if you do anything with this interview, will you send it to me and you
Oh,
know
for sure.
keep me posted?
I'm doing a roundup in terms of reviews.
Uh-huh.
I'll do different, like 6 reviews and one kind of roundup kind of thing.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
that'll be separate from this.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to get your takes on all this other stuff here too.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
exciting.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great,
Awesome.
man. Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Have a good
Yes.
one.
Good to meet you.
Same here.
I'm gonna walk around this creepy hallway for a while.
Don't get killed.
Yeah.